Hey Craig, I just signed. I just started, but I started with the one that we've already. I didn't create a new live, so let me know if you're hearing me right now. I'm doing this on the live, on the one that I created. Hello everyone. We're just working on the audio. Craig, do you want to let me know if you are hearing me? Hello, everyone. If you're just coming in, welcome. We're just working on our audio, formatting it, and making sure, I have something in my hair. Everything is set. Give us a few more minutes and we will get started. If you're just joining me for tonight's practice, make sure that you have a yoga bolster. I'm going to grab mine here. If you don't have a yoga bolster, you can always use a large pillow. So go ahead and grab your large pillow for tonight's practice. We're going to go ahead and get started here in a few momentos, y'all. I'm working solo tonight, or rather, the folks who are helping me or who usually help me, my business partners, are actually virtual. So I'm in the studio solo tonight. So I might be kind of moving back and forth from the computer and the camera and over here in the next 2 minutes, and we will get started, y'all. Okay, everything sounding good? So just a heads up, I did use the previous, I did start this from the from the live, the scheduled live, Craig. So if that is a problem, let me know, but it sounds like everything is working well. Okay, perfect. If anything changes, Craig, just text me. I have my phone here. Welcome, everyone. As I was saying, depending on where you're coming from, if you're just joining us, I'm here at the studio solo this evening. It is the night before Christmas Eve. And so my team, the folks who are usually helping me here, are, of course, with their families. But I wanted to make sure we got one restorative yoga practice in before the holidays. So if you hear me kind of talking, you're like, who's Craig or whatever, I'm just talking to my business partner, and then also kind of checking out the camera, checking out the computer, working my way back and forth, being three people at once, y'all. So I appreciate your patience as we work out the kinks tonight, as I'm guiding everything, the tech side, solo. If you see me checking out my phone, I'm just checking to see if my folks on the other side who are virtually managing things in terms of the tech side are noticing any discrepancies with our audio. I'm just checking in there, y'all. Whew. It is the night before Christmas Eve, y'all. 2022 is coming to a close. I'm just like, wow. This year has gone by so fast. And this year was my first year experiencing extreme burnout coupled with extreme depression. It was also the year that I took several very large risks, and that I grew so much in my divine feminine and my confidence. And so it was a year of so many things, so many feelings, and I'm so grateful for it. And I'm awestruck that we have come to the end, because I feel like this year has gone by fast, but it hasn't. It's been a lot of things, but I hope this year has been nourishing and reflective for you. If you're just joining me, welcome, y'all. My name is Abiola Akani. Welcome to our weekly live stream yoga practice. We do these every single Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, filming live from our studio. Tonight's practice is going to be a nice restorative yoga flow. I have been whipping I have been running, as I'm sure many of y'all have too, buying gifts for your families or for your friends, or just the stressors and the overwhelm of the holidays. You're feeling a lot of things. I've been filming on overdrive as we prepare for the Trap Flow Body Love Challenge coming in January, which I'm so excited for y'all to begin to experience. I actually have to film one more video after this. So I'm really looking forward to decompressing in tonight's restorative yoga flow. If you don't already, go ahead and grab one pillow. I'm using a yoga bolster. If you have a yoga bolster, go ahead and grab that. If you do not have a yoga bolster, you can substitute this out with a pillow, maybe one or two that are roughly the same size. They do the same darn thing, y'all. You don't need a yoga bolster. You don't even need a yoga mat, especially for tonight's practice. So I love restorative yoga practices. I'm somewhat type A, so I really am energized. Like I want to go and I want to sweat, and I really usually like hatha classes because I want to sit in some of the challenge to kind of find my edge and my growth zones. At the same time, I benefit greatly from restorative yoga practices, and I love restorative yoga because it has a low barrier of entry. And what I mean by that is it's very approachable for different bodies. And what it does is it utilizes meditative postures that are held for about 5, sometimes even up to 10 minutes, y'all, that are really small. They cultivate small decompressions in certain parts of the body. So these postures are not heavy, they're not intense, they're not deep, they are subtle to activate what we call the parasympathetic nervous system, which reduces our fight or flight responses. And they kind of lull the body into this deep state of rest, which is so nice to do in the end of the evening when you're moving into your nighttime routine, or when you just want to decompress, maybe even flat out in the middle of the day. We're only going to be doing 5 postures in this 30-minute practice. That's how long we're holding them for. We're doing about 5, maybe 6 postures, maybe 6 poses. That's it. And I really hope that this is restorative for you. I hope that it's nourishing for you as we move in to tomorrow, Christmas Eve, whether you celebrate that or not, or as you move into the new year. I hope that this practice really feeds your soul and body. Now, I always want to make sure we give honor to the land we are on. I live in Seattle, Washington. This is home of the Duwamish people, the Duwamish tribe. Want to make sure I honor the land. I always suggest that wherever you are filming, or not filming, tuning in from, do a little studies on to the indigenous people in your region, y'all. So we're going to actually go ahead and start in a supported bridge pose. So you're going to take your pillow kind of to the middle of the mat, and let's draw it on the widest setting. So draw it wide, and then you're going to go ahead and pop your booty right onto your pillow. One thing I want you to notice, see how comfortable I am. Restorative yoga is super cozy. I got my socks on, I got my cozy hoodie on, I got my stretchy pants. If you want to do this in PJs, you can do it in PJs as well. You don't need to wear yoga clothes in this. You just want to be comfortable. So go ahead and draw your booty onto your bolster or your pillow. And bring it back. Bring your back onto the earth. And bend the knees here. I'm going to just undo this right now. And you can start to kind of play with the positioning of the pillow. Maybe you want it higher on the sacrum. Maybe you want it lower on the sacrum. Choose your own adventure here, y'all. Find what feels good for you till it just feels just right for you. And that's where you want to start to settle in. Now, you have the option to knock the knees in, draw the heels out, and kind of rest here, or you can just kind of rest with the knees bent. And we're going to actually draw our arms up and over the head. Boop. I'm losing my mic. In this kind of soft cactus variation. And we're going to rest here for a few rounds of breath. Now, if you want more of a deeper activation or opening here through the belly, you can always stack another pillow on top of the one you have. That additional height is going to create a deeper opening through the heart and through the front of the hips here. Find what feels good for you. I invite you to close the eyes, or you can keep them open if that feels safe in your body. Let's start with just a few rounds of breath. Intentional breathing, so intentional pranayama, fam. What I mean by that is I want you to breathe on purpose with purpose. So most of the time we're not very conscious of how we're breathing or that we're breathing at all. It's just something we do on autopilot. And what tends to happen when we do that is our breathing is quite constricted. I want you to really start to breathe intentionally and slow the breath down. We're going to add some counts to the breath and start to hold the breath at the top of the lungs. Exhale out of the nostrils. Inhale for a few counts of breath. Hold at the top of the lungs. Exhale out of the nostrils. That's the flow we're going to kind of go with today. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold the breath at the top of the lungs. Exhale out of the nose for 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold the breath at the top of the lungs. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Continue to find the cadence of that breath on your own. And we're just going to add some extended variations to this pose. So we're going to start by lengthening out our left leg so we can stretch the front of the psoas, the left psoas. The psoas muscles are located on the front of your hips. And to intensify this, we're going to slowly swan dive the hands down alongside the hips and hug our right knee, and maybe clasping the front of the knee, maybe clasping behind the knee. Doesn't matter. Choose your own adventure that feels good. Keep the left leg long and just gently, not aggressively, hug the right knee into the body. Holding here for a few rounds of breath, y'all. Notice how that feels on the front of the hips. Now, what's happening here is we're stretching the front of the left hip, the psoas. As I shared, that muscle helps us pick up our leg when we walk. And it can also get really shortened when we're sitting for long periods of time. So if we feel like a light pull on the front of the hip, it may be that this muscle is shortened. So what we're doing is lengthening it, but we're also just lightly stimulating our digestive system by pushing the knee in towards the belly. And you might notice that I'm tick-tocking, which I'm basically just floating my right knee left and right. I call that tick-tocking. Tick-tocking my knee so that I feel the variation of the stretch in my outer hip and inner groin. That also changes the compression on my digestive system. If you just ate, you kind of might feel a little rumbling here. If you are tight in the psoas, you might actually feel the front of the right hip here as well. I know I do. But I don't want to tell you what you're feeling in your body, y'all. I'll just tell you what I'm feeling in mine. And you continue to cultivate autonomy in your own practice by defining what you're feeling in yours. That's how we own our divinity, by defining it and being very specific. And then let's go ahead and release the right leg. Right knee, right foot comes to the earth, and we're just going to bend that left leg. Coming back to where we started here. Let's extend the right leg long. And hug the left knee into the body. Remember, you can clasp the front of the knee or behind the knee. And you can kind of pull out, pull in. Like you're kind of pumping a brake here. Pull out and pull in. And then when you feel good here, you can find those light tick-tocks. Drawing your left knee left and right. Try not to strain. So restorative yoga is no pushing. No pushing. I don't need y'all to push here. I don't need you to strain. I don't need you to try to perform. Just allow yourself to be who you are here on the mat when nobody is watching you. And then notice how the breath is intuitively kind of lulling the body into the state of rest just by giving your muscles permission to take in deeper breath. And the breath is an extension of the soul body, y'all. It's an extension of the soul body. The breath will remain when the body dissolves. It is your soul. And the more breath we intake, the more life we bring to the internal body, to the organs, to the muscles, to the limbs, to the ligaments, to the bones, to the joints, to every fiber that makes up your internal body. That's why the practice of yoga is so rich. There's no other movement practice that incorporates the breath in such a viscerally intellectual and spiritual way, which is just emblematic of the divine practice of yoga. A few more breaths here. Let's go ahead and release the left foot to the earth. This time I want you to extend both legs, extend the arms up and over the head. So we're stretching out. Oof. The belly, the psoas, the front of the hips. Once again, if you want to deepen this stretch in the front of the hips, you can bring another pillow underneath you, or I'm going to draw a block underneath me because my psoas are really tight. And I want to make this stretch more dynamic for me. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Find what feels settling for you. Find what feels settling for you, y'all. If you want to add some height, like I said, you can stack some pillows. I just have a block. I don't have another pillow, so I'm just using what I have around me. I have some pillows over there, but I don't want to get up, y'all. I don't want to get up. So I'm just going to use the block. That's going to work for now. The blocky block. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. The block is hot. Resting here. A few more rounds of breath here. Getting a nice stretch on the womb and the belly. And then let's bend the knees. If you have a block underneath your hip, you can remove it like I did, and just let's hug the knees in. Hug the knees in. Clasp the front of the knees or behind the knees. Root the feet, pick up the hips, and just glide your pillow from underneath you. Roll it to the left side. Come on to your left side body. So we're rolling and coming onto our left side body, left arm extended. We're going to draw our pillow right in front of our womb. Let's invite our right leg onto our pillow. Once again, if you want this higher, you can stack your pillows here. Let's extend our left arm, draw it on top of your pillow. And we're going to slowly draw the right hand up to the heavens and draw it straight back behind us for a twist. It's a pretty deep spinal twist. If it's too much, just draw your right hand on top of the left so you're not coming into that deeper twist. If the right hand is floating above the earth and you don't want to fight gravity because it feels tight in your right shoulder blade, bring another pillow underneath the right hand so you don't have to fight gravity. Another thing, the longer we stay in this pose, your right hand will slowly descend towards the earth as you create more space through the stretch in your right pectoral muscle, right here around the chest and the shoulder. Left hand can come on the outside of that right thigh, or you can just keep it extended out. Just find some softness here in the twist. I like to add self-touch, healthy self-touch when I am doing restorative yoga. So wherever I'm feeling it, I draw my hand there and I just gently massage. I'm feeling this in part of my mid low back, massaging there. If you're feeling it in the hips, you might kind of massage the hips. Just reacquainting your body, yourself, with healthy self-touch that you administer, that you initiate, that you guide. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to those 5 postures today, y'all, because we only got 10 minutes left, so that's okay. Keep it short and sweet for today. A few more rounds of breath on this side. One more round of breath. Max, let's give it a few more rounds of breath here, y'all. This is also decompressing digestive muscles and stimulating them. So in this twist, you might feel a little bubbly, depending on if you just ate or not, or if you're close to your cycle. Keep that breath long and intentional. And slowly come out. Drag that right leg down. Hug the right arm in and just kind of hang out in the fetal position. When you're ready, come onto your back. And just neutralize the spine here for a few moments as we just came out of that deep twist. Hold here for a few rounds of breath. And then we're going to roll over to the right side. We're going to take our pillow with us. Draw our pillow in front of our groin. Right arm extended. And we're going to glide our left leg onto our pillow. Right arm is going to come out to the right like a half T. Left hand sweeps up to the heavens. And maybe back behind us. If we feel like we're fighting gravity, we'll bring a block or a pillow underneath this left hand. Right hand might grab the outside of our left leg, and we'll hang out here for a few rounds, finding the twist on the opposite side. Maybe finding some self-touch here, some self-massage. Just infusing specific intentions back in the body through our hand. Remember to keep the breath long, fam. Notice the body decompressing here, y'all. And slowly draw that left hand up and in towards the right side body. Drag your left leg off of the pillow. Hang out here in a fetal position for a few rounds of breath. And then slowly root your left hand down. Thread your right arm underneath and come to a tabletop. Bring your bolster or your pillow right in the center of your mat. And your hands are going to come out on either side. I'm just going to find a rippling cat-cow to get into those psoas again. So I want you to extend your left leg. Keep the toe tucked. Inhale, find your cow. Exhale, curl the head in towards the groin. Find your cat and hold. Might feel a stretch on the front of the hip. Inhale, come back, cow pose. Heart lifts, tailbone rises. Exhale, find your cat. Hold. Once more on this side, inhale. Cow pose, heart lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale, curl the head in towards the groin, hold. Inhale, neutral tabletop, spine drop. Your left knee opposite side, extend that right leg straight back. Keep the right toes tucked. Find your cow on the inhale, heart lifts, tailbone rises. Exhale, curl the head in towards the groin, hold. Inhale, lift. Cow pose. Exhale, curl it in, find your cat, head and neck coming in towards your groin. Final one, inhale, cow pose, extend the heart up to the heavens. Really push the hands into the earth, lift the neck out of the shoulders, y'all. Exhale, curl the head in towards the groin, expand through the back of your shoulder blade so the back of the heart is puffed up and expanded. Inhale, neutral, tabletop spine, and exhale, drop the right knee. Open the knees wide. We'll close in a supported child's pose, balasana. Bring your pillow or your bolster really close in between your inner thighs. And if you want a little bit more lift, you might bring a block or another pillow here for you. And you might invite your left ear or your right ear towards your pillow. Resting here. Gently opening up through the hips. Now, I understand that this pose does not feel accessible to everyone. However, if you have a larger chest or belly, open those knees wide. You should have the knees open wide because you got to get the pillow in between the legs. And the higher you bring the earth, so that means the more you stacked pillows on top to bring the earth to you so you don't have to drop down, the more approachable this pose can become. I invite you to find that variation. Like I said, I have a pillow and then I have a block. So the earth is real high for me now, which feels good in my hips because my hips are a little tight. The lower I go to the ground or have to go, the more space I'm asking my hips to create for that movement. And if that's you, you might bring the earth to you. If you have more things you're working with, more body, you might bring the earth to you. Be resting here. Few more rounds of breath here, y'all. Slowly, when you're ready, begin to just kind of wiggle the hips. So you might wiggle left and right, left and right, left and right. Oop, lost my mic. Left and right. And come onto the hands, left and right, left and right. Make your way into tabletop, still coming left and right, left and right. Until you're ready to come to a seated position of your choice. I'm going to come into a Sukhasana, cross-legged position with my bolster underneath my booty to lift my hips up. I invite you to come to whatever feels good for you. I also invite you to close your practice with whatever hand mudra feels intuitive to you and showcases gratitude for our practice today. Traditionally, palms are drawn together at heart center, a little space in between the palms, thumbs pressing into heart center. For Anjali Mudra, it means to seal. Take an inhale in through the nostrils. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. We'll each repeat one time. I've done my best. I leave the rest, y'all. Namaste. Namaste, y'all. I hope that felt really good for you in your bodies. This will be our last live stream of the year. I won't be hosting a live stream next Thursday for obvious reasons. I'm going to take the week for myself. It's also my birthday week, so I'm going to do a lot of resting and just being with myself and with family. I will see you for our first live stream of the new year, which is going to be January 6th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. A few announcements. Make sure that you are following us on Well on Instagram. That's iya.wll. And make sure you're following me at Yoga by Biala on Instagram as well, where I will be announcing our Trap Flow Body Love Challenge that's going to be coming in the new year. 20 new trap flow practices to feed your body and soul, y'all. This is a labor of love. I'm so excited for y'all to experience this challenge. So just make sure you're following us. Be on the lookout. Make sure you're subscribed to the Well newsletter. If you're not, head to well.com to subscribe, and you will be notified about the challenge through email as well. Y'all, this has been a year. I hope you enjoy the rest of your year, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in the new year. Last announcement, if you are looking to become a 200-hour certified yoga instructor in 2022, if you feel that call, I invite you to apply for the Kin 200-hour yoga teacher training. We're currently accepting applications. You can apply by just heading to well.com, click on teacher training, and you'll find the application there, in addition to lots of other details and information about myself, our program, and my other facilitators to see if this is the right YTT for you. If it's not, that's okay. If it is, we look forward to reviewing your application, y'all. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. If you want to donate to tonight's energy exchange, or if you want to pour into me for my birthday, my Venmo is Yoga by Biala, and I receive all of that goodness. Have a beautiful evening, y'all, and I'll see you in the new year. Bye. Ooh, ooh. I'm so zenned out right now. Ugh. My knees. Ooh. Got yoga brain. Yoga brain right now. Looking at everyone's comments. Yes, Natasha, good to see you. I'm glad you joined. It's always a pleasure to see you, Dana. Amber, welcome, and thank you for the early happy birthday. Brianna, thank you for the early happy birthday. Yes, y'all, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy holidays. Signing out.